Hi guys, it's me, Lily, aka Jennifer Diaz, is a trans girl, and as you are perhaps noticing, I am wearing lipstick in this video today. Yeah, I haven't really experimented with makeup in the past, but yesterday I decided to get some practice because, yeah, the night out I was meant to have on Saturday with some friends didn't happen because one of my friends is ill, so we've rescheduled for about 2 weeks' time. But yeah, I was practicing with makeup and I was quite good at applying lipstick, it seems, which I was happy about. And yeah, I decided to wear some in my video today. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. I certainly think it looks quite cool, and given Taylor Swift's kind of my idol, the idea of being able to wear red lipstick is quite appealing, and obviously pull it off. So yeah, anyway, it's day 10 of 30 Days of Pride, and I unfortunately was having issues with my asthma today, so I was unable to go to work, which sucks. So I will be going tomorrow and dressing as myself, so I will give an update then on that one. So anyway, day 10, what does marriage mean to you? So marriage, well, as you guys know, I am Christian, and for me, marriage is a union created by God, and I kind of find that union, well, to me it's union created by God. I know not to everyone it's that, so, but for me it's union created by God between two loving people. So for me, I kind of do view it as an important aspect of any relationship I have. Like, I don't believe in sex before marriage, and like the idea of a relationship where marriage isn't something I can imagine happening within it, I end up not being that interested in that particular relationship because it's just when I get into a relationship, I want to see a future with that person, and for me that future has to involve marriage. If it doesn't involve marriage, then it's not a relationship I find myself interested in. It doesn't mean that when I go on a date with someone they have to be like instantly okay with, oh yeah, let's get married, let's have kids, blah blah blah. It's just when I'm in a relationship with someone I have to feel like that is a possibility. So if I don't feel like marriage is a possibility in that relationship, I just can't be in it, if that makes sense. So yeah, and so marriage has been an important thing to me, and I'm glad it's finally legal in the UK and now the US. But like, yeah, it's like yeah, I mean, like, nothing is though with marriage. I don't really see it as a legal thing because, like, even if marriage was still illegal in the UK, for me, the religious part is a more important thing to me. So it's like, even if the state didn't recognise my marriage, I wouldn't care. I just want to know. For me, my marriage being recognised in, I only care if God recognises it, and if the world doesn't and my partner recognises it. If the world doesn't recognise it, that's the world's problem. But as long as me, my partner, and God recognise it, I am quite happy within that marriage, because to me that's still a marriage. To me, God ordains that marriage, not the state. So, and it's weird. I was actually reading about something to do with like marriage when same-sex marriage was being legalized in America, And there was this Republican Party candidate who, honestly, absolute asshole. He doesn't believe gay people should be allowed to be married. But like, he he said something quite interesting, because he said he reckons marriage should be separated from the state, like the state shouldn't have authority over marriage. And like, he said it would be a win-win for both sides of the argument on same-sex marriage, which in a sense he's kind of right, because like, if you take away the state's authority to say what determines a marriage, then that ends up being in the authority of the people getting married, the people marrying those people, which might just be someone who's been ordained in order to do that, or it might be a religious body. It's like, it puts the power in the hands of them people to decide what constitutes a marriage. So like, no matter what the church's official view on being gay is, there will always be at least one church willing to perform a gay marriage. No matter what any religion's official belief on marriage is, there will always be at least one church that will be one place of worship where there will be someone willing to perform that ceremony. So it's like, you remove the state's authority from things like marriage, then it becomes something that's in the power of those organisations to decide, which it could actually be a good thing. I mean, on the flip side, it could be a bad thing, but on the other side of it, it could be a good thing. I mean, also, at the end of the day, most places, even where gay marriage is legal, there's exemptions on places that don't agree with gay marriage, saying they won't perform the ceremony. So it's like, it doesn't really change anything. It just puts that power within the hands of the religious authorities to say what they recognise as a marriage. And then when that's done, that means anyone can get married to the partner of their choice, provided they can find a religious institution willing to perform that ceremony. And there could be issues with this, but those issues could be crossed when they arise. But it seems when this Republican politician was putting this idea forward, it sounded like quite a good idea, separating marriage and state, because in that way it gives more freedom to how people get married and what is recognised as a marriage. So yeah, I mean, it's not just freedom for same-sex couples, it's also freedom for like polyamorous couples and that, because like, for example, if you've got, I say polyamorous couples, that wouldn't be a couple, I don't know what you call that, a throuple? I guess that would be 3 people. But yeah, sorry, I'm not too familiar on that aspect. But like, you had a couple like that, if you had a group like that wishing to get married, like maybe 3 or more people wishing to get married to one another, if the authority of deciding what's a marriage there is put within the hands of the church or other religious institutions, or whichever body is performing the ceremony, then that means there's more chance of recognition than with the government making those decisions. So it seemed like a good idea, despite the person it was coming from. So I actually like that as an idea, because, I mean, I don't see marriage as something that should be decided by the state. I think marriage is a deeply personal thing. Often it's quite a spiritual thing, and I think it's messing in the area of mixing religion and state, which I don't think is a good idea. I mean, I come from the UK. I kind of like the fact that we do have a bit of a mix of religion and state, but in the UK it's at least on a ceremonial basis, and symbolic basis, whereas in the US, despite church and state being meant to be separated, it seems to be very, very entwined, and that is reflected in the laws of the United States, which, no offence to the United States, but from my perspective, that is what I've seen, and it just seems very ridiculous in a country that's meant to have this massive separation of religion and state, that religion gets so much say within the laws of that country. It's very, very weird. So yeah, anyway, that's my post for today. I hope you like the lipstick, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!